Most people drive through Tallahassee and they have no idea they are passing one of the most important buildings in Black American history. Right behind the Florida Capitol building stands the old Union Bank building. But after the Civil War, this bank became something more significant. It became the Tallahassee branch of the Freedmen's Saving and Trust Company, better known as the Freedmen Bank. Imagine this: you were born into slavery, you survived bondage, the Civil War ended, and for the first time in your life, you can earn your own money. You dream of buying land, creating businesses, educating your children, and creating generational wealth. Then you hear that there's a bank created specifically for formerly enslaved people, and your money will be safe. Thousands of formerly enslaved people believed this. Black laborers, carpenters, cooks, farmers, teachers, ministers walked into this very building in Tallahassee and deposited the first wages they had ever owned. Many deposited only a few dollars at a time, but those few dollars represented hope. One of the first depositors was a man named Charles Rollins, a man born into slavery who became a respected community leader after emancipation. His bank records is still preserved today. Then came one of the greatest financial betrayals in American history. The savings of formerly enslaved Black people were no longer kept safely in the bank. Instead, much of that money was loaned to railroad companies and other risky investments. Just after slavery ended, many Black families had lost everything they had worked for. Money that could have purchased land, money that could have started businesses, money that could have built generational wealth was gone. The collapse shattered trust in financial institutions for generations of Black families. This financial disaster slowed Black economic progress after emancipation. Its effects were devastating for many depositors. The old Union Bank tells two stories. Before the Civil War, it helped finance the plantation economy that depended on enslaved labor. After emancipation, it became a place where formerly enslaved people tried to build economic independence. One building, two completely different chapters of American history. Today, the bank operates as a Union Bank museum, preserving these stories so they won't be forgotten. If you're ever in Tallahassee, please visit it one day. History isn't just about slavery. It's also about the fight to build wealth. It's about the institutions that Black Americans trusted. It's about how the U.S. Congress in 1865 encouraged formerly enslaved Black people and Black Union soldiers to save their earnings and trust the Freedmen's Bank. The bank's board of trustees was dominated by white philanthropists, white businessmen, white clergy, and white government officials. Frederick Douglass became the bank's president and later wished he never accepted the position because the bank's finances were already in terrible shape. Douglass was asked by the board of trustees to become the president because they hoped his reputation would restore public confidence. Rumors and public concern about the bank's financial conditions began to spread. After the bank's collapse, Black depositors and newspapers criticized Douglass because he was the public face of the bank during its final months. Frederick Douglass said, "I've been duped." If we want to understand the Black wealth gap today, we have to understand stories like the Freedmen's Bank in Tallahassee. Because sometimes history isn't hidden. It's standing right beside the Capitol, waiting for someone to tell its story. Okay, everyone, I am here in Tallahassee, Florida. This is my hometown. This is where I am. There's the Capitol right there behind me. There's the Capitol. So that is the reason why I said the Union Bank is right across the street from it, formerly known as the Freedmen's Bank. I know you saw these statues behind me when I was making the video. I don't know the significance of why they're right in front of the Union Bank, but these are statues of slaves in Tallahassee, statues of Black slaves. Here's a little girl, and the chains are heavy. I hope they really wasn't that heavy. And then you have this man, looks like a young Black man right here. Here's an older Black man. Here's a young, seems to be a teenager. And then he seems to be a young Black male teenager. Then you have the grandmother. And it's right here in front of the Union Bank. The Union Bank is closed right now. I don't know what kind of information they have inside the bank, but I will visit and read about it. It should be similar to what I was talking about in this video. So here's the front of the Union Bank right here. Thank you so much for watching.